Hi everyone, it's Calvin Hoy, the Cinephile. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. So today I'm really excited because I get to react to the first official teaser for The Witcher. So The Witcher is based on a very famous series of novels from a Polish author, and it's more famous for being a video game. So with The Witcher 3 being the most popular video game that came out a couple of years ago, I believe, 3 years ago. And anyhow, so it's based on these novels. So the show will be based on the novels and not so much the video game, which has been a point of contention for some people. Now, I never played the video game, so I have no attachment to it. I read the first short story that I can't pronounce the author's name, I don't want to butcher it, but I read the first short story that he ever wrote, and it was okay, it was pretty good. I like the fantasy, you know, I don't want to spoil the first short story, but he deals with a monster, and I read the first 50 or 55 pages of Blood of Elves, which is the first novel. So I haven't finished it, unfortunately. So my attachment to The Witcher isn't as strong as it is to Lord of the Rings or The Hobbits. I'm trying to think of other fantasies. Can't think of any other ones right now. But I love Lord of the Rings. I like The Hobbits. I read all the books for Lord of the Rings and the appendices. So I read every word, basically, and I love that trilogy of films. I watched these extended editions or extended cuts. I think they're fantastic films, especially Fellowship. But anyways, so I'm really excited to watch this. I first heard about The Witcher maybe, if it's July now, 16 or 17 months ago. And they said they're making a Witcher show, and I said okay. And then Henry Cavill was announced as the lead, as Geralt. I believe it's Geralt, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And so Geralt is the main character. He's a witcher. He's sort of kills monsters. He's a bounty hunter, basically. And so once Henry Cavill was involved in the show, I'm a huge Henry Cavill fan. I think his Superman is fantastic, very underrated. I don't care what anyone says, Man of Steel is fantastic. It's a great Superman movie. But anyways, so I'm a huge fan of Cavill, and he interested me in the show, so that's why I read the first short story and the first the first 55 pages of a book that it sort of dropped off for me. I know, get back on it. It's because my Kobo broke, or it stopped working, and the book was on my Kobo, and it's a long story. But anyways, I'm very excited to watch this teaser with you. It's been released for a few hours, so I'm late as usual, but I will watch it on my headphones here. So just give me a moment. There you go. So that way there will be no echo, and it'll work a little bit better. It's easier to edit as well, I found, which is great for me. So let's watch the teaser trailer together. Okay, so I'll tell you when I press. There you go. Press play.
I remember hearing stories about witches. Is it true what they say?
Elves are the original sorcerers of the continent. When humans and monsters arrived, elves taught the humans how to turn chaos into magic. And then the humans slaughtered them.
Chaos is the most dangerous thing in this world. But without control, chaos will kill you.
So that's all life is to you? Monsters and money?
It's all it needs to be.
Something out there waits for you.
So built.
This child will be extraordinary.
Yennefer, Imagine
I
the
really
most
like the
powerful
visuals so
woman
far.
in the world.
Purple eyes.
Do you have what it takes?
You've got her here. She's why they came. You can't outrun destiny just because you're terrified of it. It's coming. Find Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt.
I can't do this without you.
Looks good.
No matter what you choose, you'll come out bloody.
Okay. Little N for Netflix came up. Alright. Ooh, it's a little bit loud. That's okay. So, it looks great. I really enjoyed that. I think it looks incredible. I love the magic. I know it's a budget thing, but I never got into Game of Thrones. I know people are throwing things at the screen right now, but I was never interested in it. I watched the first episode maybe over a year ago. The very first episode, like I completely missed the boat on it because my wife encouraged me. So I watched the first episode maybe, I think it was over a year ago, maybe 18 months ago, and I was bored. I was a little bit bored, so I never watched anymore, and then I tried to watch season 7 and 8. So I watched a couple of episodes. I watched the last 2 episodes of season 7, I believe, and the first 2 episodes of season 8. Or the first 3 episodes with the big battle sequence, and I was still bored. So I'm really looking forward to Witcher. I hope the pacing is a little bit better than Game of Thrones. I hope the pacing's better. I hope there's a little bit more action. Looks like Henry Cavill trained a lot. You know, he did it for Superman, and you know there were some photos of him for this role where he looked even bigger or even more defined than Superman, which is incredible because he looked jacked as Superman, because the role requires him to be. So yeah, I hope the pacing's a little bit better. I hope there's a little bit more action. Just from the visuals, it looks gorgeous. I hope there's some more special effects here. And there was a little shot of this monster. I guess it's the skeletal monster. Looks pretty creepy, so that's good. And there's a fantasy element. There's from the short story that I read. The monsters are disgusting. Like they're supposed to be sort of gross. So it's that sort of classic trope. I don't know if there is. Maybe there's like some beautiful witches or something. But Triss was in this as well. So it's Geralt, Yennefer, Ciri, and Triss are the characters I know off the top of my head. So she has magic. She knows magic. So I don't know if they call her a witch in the book or the games. But anyways, and Yennefer is a witch as well, or she has powers. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this series. I hope I'm repeating myself again, so I apologize, but I hope that there's more magic. I hope there's more special effects. I like the eyes, so I like Geralt's eyes, I like Yennefer's eyes. The girl, I think her name is, I forgot the actress's name, but Ciri, the actress playing her, she has nice eyes, very blue, so that works for the screen. The acting, I think it fits Henry Cavill. I really think he does a fantastic job as Superman. For whatever reason, I think his acting is fantastic as Clark Kent / Superman. I've seen him in some other things. He's not the greatest actor of all time. I really want to watch this though. This is a series, it's 8 episodes. So it gives him an opportunity to flex his acting chops or muscles. And I've seen him in some things. He's very good at yelling, which sounds like a silly thing to say, but he is. He's very good at yelling, and I just think he has to let go and not be afraid of being over the top or overacting, right? I think that's what he's afraid of, probably. Like, I know the guy. But the acting from Yennefer looks good. The actress, I think her name is Anya, and I can't pronounce her last name. I don't want to butcher it. And the girl's acting looks good as well. She's a little young, maybe a little inexperienced, so we'll see. I'm sure she'll be fine. And hopefully, if they get a season 2, I see everyone delving into their roles more and being more comfortable and working with the same people, same producers, same directors. They'll be more comfortable. The acting will come across a little bit better, probably. Not that it's bad. I think it's good. There was a gentleman in the trailer. I don't know his name. I don't even know which character he plays, but his acting seems pretty good. So yeah, I think Geralt fits Henry Cavill's stoic, slightly serious personality. So I see that working. And yeah, I just hope that it's better pace, more action, more fighting, hopefully. I think there's some really, it looks like there's going to be some good stunts in this. I was never really impressed with the Game of Thrones fighting. It seemed very, just almost too realistic. Like, it's very there's no artistry to it, or no flow to it, right? It's just very choppy, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't just want to drag on that show. I know a lot of people love that show. All the more power to you. But yeah, I hope there's a lot of magic and a lot of special effects in this film, and it's fantasy. Now they describe this as, so a lot of the media is describing the next Game of Thrones, and I believe the showrunner, I believe her name's Lauren, and so she described it as sex, violence, and monsters. So that's what we can expect. I probably think it's going to be a Netflix, probably a PG-15. So that's the new, I've heard that term once or twice before. I don't want to say I invented it, but probably PG-15. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of violence. I don't know if it's going to be as violent or as sexual as Game of Thrones. I don't know. I don't know if I really want that. I definitely want it to be PG-13, PG-15, right? I mean, there was a little bit of blood in there. So you want a little bit of blood, you want a little bit of violence. If he chops someone's arm off, you want blood, right? You don't want to be like, ah, he covers it, and it's like, oh no, there's no blood, or oh no, we didn't see that, oh, cut away, right? I think they'll show a lot, but I don't want it to be gratuitous, or there doesn't seem to be a lot of time for, maybe there is, it's 8 episodes, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of time for lovemaking. I'm sure they'll throw it in. But yeah, I just hope the story's good and everything fits well and there's a reason for it, right? So I think Geralt, just from what I've seen, like some screenshots of the game, I know it's not based on a game, it's based on novels, but I'm sure he'll take his, there was one shot where he's bandaged up, but he's shirtless, right? So things like that will work well. And I'm really looking forward to this. I hope it comes out in 2019. I believe it's coming out in November or December. So they do have 2 or 3 more months, over 3 more months actually, I can't do math, over 3 more months of editing and putting this together, and I believe they'll just drop all 8s on. That has not been confirmed or denied. I think it might be cool if they do weekly episodes. That might be the way to go with this show. I don't know. They might drop all 8. We'll see. But yeah, so I don't want to keep repeating myself. What do you think about the teaser trailer? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think about the casting? There was some controversy for all 3 of the main characters. So Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer. So I think Ciri she's a young girl, so I think people are a little bit nicer about that. But for Cavill and for Anya, I believe there was a little bit of controversy, a little bit of hesitation. So what do you think? Does this teaser put your fears to rest, or do you think it looks terrible? Let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate the comments. I've gotten some really nice ones, unbelievably nice, and I always get a few likes on each video. So I really, it means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.